Hello, I'm IBX Toycat, and this is my first impression / review for BattleBlock Theatre, which is the second Game with Gold for July 2014. And the way these little review first impression things work is I play the game for around an hour to an hour and a half, and then I give you my opinions on it as while we play the game, of course, because I think that's a reasonable way to decide if you like the game. If you're an hour into the game and you still don't like it, you're probably not going to like it, and to save you that effort, I can just show you what you get after an hour in and stuff like that, and hopefully I give you an informed decision on whether the game is something you'll like. So, to sum up the game in a really short sentence, if I had to, I'd say platformer, but with a lot of new elements. So, half the game, by the way, is this really amusing narration. You'll notice it in the background every now and then. But basically, the game is done by the Newgrounds guys. The Behemoth is the studio, I think. But they also got some voice acting and some writing done by other, famous Newgrounding people. So you might notice that if you go there a lot. But even if you don't, you'll still notice that the game's got some pretty amusing writing, in my opinion, and some amusing voices to go with it, which is always great. And so you might notice an exit sign came down at the bottom. The basic idea for the levels is it's a platformer, and to get to the end of the level, or to get the exits open, you need 3 of these jewels, emeralds type things, the green things you can see at the top of the screen, and there's one just here. And you need these to get to the end of the level. You only need 3 of them, but the more you get, the higher your ranking is. There's no real need for this ranking, at least not as where I'm in the game, which is about an hour in, as I said. They might come in handy as an end game thing, but for now, all I can see them being used for is basically just getting to the end of the level, and also for unlocks, because every 10 jewels you get allows you to unlock a new character. If you'll notice, I'm like a 3-eyed triangle head type dude, and let's just leave the end of the level before this guy goes. But yeah, so hopefully that gives you a gist of what a level is. As you can see, they're only a minute long, which seems really short if you've played any regular platforming game, where they tend to have pretty long levels. But in this, if you're playing a level fast, you can do it in about 30 seconds. If you're trying to get all the stuff, it takes you maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Really, really short levels, which I think is actually a pretty strong suit for a game, because you just go through the levels really quickly. If you make a mistake, you're back into the action as fast as you can, as fast as possible, and that's a really great thing. So yeah, let's show you another level from later on in the game. So here's where some of the more complex mechanics get added, like boats that you have to drag towards you like this, and yeah, so I'm just going to show you more levels and talk more about the game. So, yeah, what I really admire about this game is the fact that they take the platforming feel that if you've ever played platforming and a platform game, you've got really into it, you'll notice it just feels great when you make the right decisions later on in the game, because they make the games deliberately difficult, so it's really difficult to get that. And this game gets that feeling just right. Like, when you make the right move, it's a really, really nice feeling, but they do that while still having this entirely unique game that doesn't rely on anything else, and that also allows you to get back into the action pretty quickly after you mess up, which I think that's a really great thing in the game. It stops you being frustrated when you die, and it's just like, oh, I'll go back about 4 seconds, which still sucks if you get stuck in a bit after a while. It can get frustrating, like any game, of course, but the fact that it is that easy just to rush through a level, get to the end, and each mistake isn't really that big a mistake. There's something really magical about that, and it feels really great to play. So, either the type of person that, either you're not as great at video games as most people, which I understand is like a thing that just happens to people, or you personally just don't like failure in video games, you like easy video games, this game has that locked down. On the other hand, though, it does have an insane difficulty mode, like there's just normal and insane, that maybe, ups the difficulty, makes it so one hit kills you or something. I'm not entirely sure, but it's, it's still got something for everyone there. So let's just quickly show you, here's what happens with all the gems you get. I've got 48 right now, so I'm just going to unlock some triangle heads. I've got that character unlocked now, and I've got this one. I'll just show you, you get one for each type of heads. Now I've got some square characters too, and yeah, that's what you do with the gems. They don't have a whole bunch of purpose besides that, but it's still a cool way to, reward you for the game. So far, I'm pretty sure they'll come up later in the game. So, as you can see, I can just pick to be one of these square heads I've just unlocked, and also every 5 of the little fur balls I got, the yarn balls, gives you a new weapon. So I've got the paper airplane, which I can throw it and detonate it wherever I want, like that, which it honestly doesn't ever come in, because this isn't a game where range is coming in useful just yet anyway, but yeah, that's that. So let's show you Chapter 2, which is where I am right now. This is where the levels are starting to get more difficult, and I think this is a more fair representation of where the game, really is, at least right now it feels like it is. So yeah, let's play levels I haven't played before, so you can get that fresh Toycat experience. So, if I had to summarize whether you should buy this game, just really quickly, or sorry, not buy this game, play this game at the very least, I'd say give it a try, play 3 of the levels. You might want to, if you don't have the time or patience for it, like me, just skip the cutscenes, because, as I said, they're funny, but they're definitely not necessary, like, the game functions just fine without them, so just bear that in mind. Also, I'm messing up here. Okay then. There's some weird floating thing that I'm pushing around. But yeah, another really cool thing about the game is it introduces new elements like these weird things that you can push around on a very regular basis, and that's kind of cool because it keeps the game fresh and stuff. But it's still there we go. And now we push it this way, maybe. Oh, there we go. We got to drag it up here. Which is a kind of... Oh, and then we can... Oh, I get it. So now we just need to wait for that to come back, and then we'll jump on top of it. Actually, how are we going to do that? Oh, wait. I see. I have to go around the thing. But if the game is really unique. I'm a really big fan of the way it does its stuff. And I think it's... as I said, when it first came out, it had a lot of hype around it. And I think that's justifiable. This game would be worth the money to me. I think it would only be worth, a small price. $2 or $3 or something like that, but it's still a really fun platform experience. And if you want a game, just have it from your downtime on Xbox when you're tired of the game you're currently playing the most. This is a really game. Oh wow, this is a really great game to fill that purpose. And And even if you don't intend to play it, as with all games with gold, you should download it just in case you ever want to play it in future, because I think this game has a lot of potential. And also, just one thing, I haven't played it as a co-op game, but it is supposedly a very fun co-op game. This is difficult. It is supposedly a very fun co-op game, so if co-op platforming is your thing, I can imagine this would be a very, very fun game in co-op, because you're trying to, coordinate yourself just right. But that's hard to say about playing it. So yeah, the single player, very, very fun. Even though I've only played it for an hour, and probably won't play it for much more than another 10-20 minutes of this review. It's still, in this one session, it's still a very interesting game with a lot of stuff going for it, and it gives you the gratification that you sometimes need in a game. And I'm very happy with the way they've done that. It's by the same guys who get Castle Crashers, and they're very impressive at making arcadey games that we're going to have to duck a little bit more. And we're finally at the exit. So this level actually took 2 minutes because I made some mistakes, but as you can see, they get longer and stuff. But yeah, I'm really impressed with the way the Behemoth, the studio that do their games, because they've made this, Castle Crashers, and I think another game. And that's kind of impressive that they can make so many games that will give you that exact same feeling. It's kind of like an art, you could say. So yeah, here's just we'll show you another level. Just hopefully you can take it out of this element, and you can see the process of me being like, oh, that's how you do that. And there's, I don't know. Of course, the game does get more difficult as you go along, but it's still really, really nice when you're like, and that's how you do that. And there's something magical about that to me. So lots and lots of new elements. It seems there's one every level. Oh, okay, there we go. For instance, this thing, I've never seen this before. And it's always good to see a game, taking what you already know and then evolving on it each level. Especially when I think there's 24 levels per chapter, and I'm pretty sure there's at least 4 chapters in this, so that's about 50 levels. We're gonna have to... it's always nice to see a game, change so much during all of those 50 levels. Oh, also, just quickly, so you might notice if you play this game, every set of levels has a big chamber in the middle of there somewhere. That's actually because it's like a pseudo boss level, so you have a minute and 30 timer to do a really difficult level. And really, what it revolves to, what it comes down to, is we have to detonate this to get the boat to fall in the water, then we can bring it over to us, like that. Magical. Oh wait, no, whatever. We'll just drag it closer, there we go. But yeah, if you're the type of person that likes platformers, you'll love this game. Even if you're not, and you just want to, try out something new, as always, like I said, give it a download or something. I think I'm going to start repeating myself soon if I don't stop this. So I like this game a lot. I think it's really great. It does a lot of things just right, and that's really great in a game. I definitely recommend you give it a download, just for the pure purpose of trying it because it's free. Even if it was a moderate price, I'd still say give it a try. This game is an easy 8 or 9 out of 10. There are a few things it misses because it's just a 2D platformer, but because it is just a nice arcade game, it's a really fun experience, and I think it's one you should give a try. So this is another great Games of Gold. I'll see you guys next month or whatever comes out then. If you're wondering, I only do the games that I think are worth covering, so Bad Block Theatre was one that I wanted to play beforehand, so was Gotham City Imposters. If there's a game that's like, oh, this game clearly is just, you know, like it's a free-to-play game that's trying to take money, that's what's happening on Xbox One right now. There's been 3 games of gold that haven't been great, then yeah, I'll definitely review the more important ones. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching it. Like it if you liked it, and I'll see you guys in the outro.